This one is called Shop and Goblins, soft launch January 27th. Both the Throne of Roses and Warhunt for Survival was soft launch February 14 and 26. But Shop and Goblins is super unique because you go into a shop and you're the shopkeeper actually, and people come to your shop and then you need to appraise their items. I thought like, oh, didn't we saw this somewhere, like Match Factory? Is this like 3D Match or something? No. So they took this kind of a physics-based gameplay that looks like 3D Match.
It's 4 a.m. and we're rolling the dice. Matej drops knowledge made of gold and ice. Felix with ads making those coins rise. Jakub designs worlds chasing the skies. We're the 2.5 gamers, the midnight crew. Talking UA adverts and game design too. Matej, Felix, Jakub bringing the insight. We're rocking those vibes till the early daylight. Matej, UA, master eyes on the prize. Tracking data through the cyberspace skies. Felix stacks dollars like a wizard in disguise. Jakub's crafted realms lift us to the highs. 2.5 gamers talking smack. Slow hockey stick, got your back. Ads are beautiful, they light the way. Click it fast, don't delay.
Hello, hello. This is 2.5 Gamers, your unusual.
It's 2 gamers today, huh? Yeah, because Matej is on a UA secondment finding users in Tahiti.
What?
And he'll be back in a week. No, he's at GDC. Anyway, so it's just you and me today. And what are we going to be talking about today?
Yeah, as usual, we're going to be having a lot of fun because we're going to talk about new games.
That is true.
That we see in our Sonar, as per usual.
And Q Sounds, soft launch Sonar.
Yeah, soft launch Sonar, that's on the table. Actually, I even brought up a dead game into the mix. So that's going to be a wild
dead
card.
Game?
Yeah, you tell me which one of the games that I'll be talking about is already dead. And yeah, lots of interesting gameplay. I think some sections were switched, so we don't really foreshadow that strong which game is which, but I guess let's start and get to it because there's a lot to cover.
Soft launch Sonar is quite good because usually with soft launches you need UA, right? Yeah.
There we go.
This is good because this episode is actually sponsored to you by PVX Partners, non-equity dilutive UA funding. All you have to do is go to pvx.com. You plug into a bunch of stuff. We actually did an episode with them, and it was actually quite interesting to hear about how they actually, basically calculate if they can fund you or not. But basically all you have to do is just plug in your data, they have a look, and then money in your account quite easily within 2 weeks. So yeah, PVX Partners, thank you so much for sponsoring us. Not as good ad read as Matej usually does, but considering I've never launched a UA campaign, I think it's quite good. Let's get back to this exciting episode.
Let's go there. Okay, so first games on the list. This is actually a little bit of a cheat because this is DC Dark Legion from FunPlus. But
is this the fighter game?
Nope. This is a squad-based RPG 4X.
Oh.
Yeah. So this actually launched already today. So I guess by the time you're hearing us, it's already a few days after global launch. Because I had it like on the soft launch list for quite some time, but it was just like pretty much went into global launch anyway. So we're just gonna briefly talk about it. So I think this is like the first time that we see that like very heavily branded 4X enters the game. If it's even
Age of Empires, come on.
Age of Empires is Age of Empires. Like let's leave it where it is for it to die. But yeah, this seems quite interesting. So actually, if you look into the game, there's this, where is it? Fallout Shelter-like kind of a view, where the city panel, or like the city, is basically in Fallout style shelter like Ant Farm, similar to High Seas Hero. as we look
Yeah.
there. Like, I guess it's the new layout of like Better City, because instead of like 3D
Sprawling, you have more focus.
isometric map, you rather have
Yeah.
like the Ant Farm thing, which is like this then. So that's there. Yeah, there's of course all the DC branded characters: Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, and like all these other guys, I guess. Joker, yeah, you know the drill. So that's there. On top of it, I think, yeah, there seems to be some kind of a like mini map, not even like the big map, and there's the combat, like, which is like squad-based RPG. Nothing fancy to it. This is basically AFK arena. You see it. It's like, it's not even turn-based. It's just real-time automated combat. So nothing again new to it. But I think I had a better image somewhere here later in a different video. Yeah, here, where like one of the YouTubers is explaining how world map works. Because if you look at it, this basically looks like the radar function, like our famous balloon, where at some point it kind of goes up, and like now you have the world map. You need to complete these quests, which are easing you into the 4X gameplay on the big kind of marching armies map, which I haven't saw yet. So hopefully this works as I think it works. Otherwise, yeah, the 4X part is a little bit doubtful, but I guess it's probably 4X. We'll see. We'll definitely keep that in mind, as we're very keen on like how the 4X genre evolves, and there will be also a lot of 4Xs today on the menu. But yeah,
Why is
first
there so
branded
many
one.
4X going into the market right now? Why is there so many 4Xs going into the market?
Because everybody sees the giant numbers that Last War and Whiteout Survivor is pulling. I would guess so. But, you know, I don't think so. These, honestly, like, it's a nice attempt, but I don't think so. This stands a chance. Because you know what we're missing here. You know what's missing?
No.
Our favorite fake onboarding minigame.
Ah, right. Well, you haven't shown it in the gameplay yet, so I don't know.
That's the trick card. That instead of fake onboarding minigame and fake creatives, they will have the DC IP. The question is if it's strong enough, which I highly doubt.
Probably not.
My guess is this is joining Age of Empires Mobile, but whatever.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, and this was soft launch September 20th, 2024. Just saying. Okay.
Not a long soft launch then, huh?
Not that much, yeah. Pretty short one. Okay. This is an interesting one.
I like it.
Yeah.
Simple.
Guess who this is? This game is called Bolt Stack.
I came.
No.
Falcon?
One more tip.
Voodoo.
Homa.
Homa.
Oh. This was launched on February 3rd, and it uses an iteration of the stacking or sorting, probably gameplay of Nut Sort, actually from Triple Dot, if you remember.
Yeah, that looks exactly like it.
Yeah. But there's an iteration, because if you look here, this is more close to those like water puzzle games where you have like the liquids kind of running over and stuff like that.
Good swords, colorwood swords.
Yeah, like all these other ones, even like Magic Sword. But this, if you look at it, there's a big difference there, because there's always pretty much the goal objectives that you need to fulfill. Because in the let's say base sorting games, you just need to like put the colors in order. Here you need to put the colors on top, and then they disappear like in Hexasort.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a twist there. It's not really Nut Sort, kind of a one-to-one clone. There's an iteration, so that's interesting. And my guess is, and this is a wild guess again, because All in Whole is currently scaling so much. Okay, so what I wanted to say here is that what I think will happen, probably, because Homa is already scaling All in Whole in crazy scale, like 300k in IIP a day, that probably guys at Homa will be also aiming for a heavy IIP-driven puzzler with this, not an ad-based game. So that's my guess here. But again, we'll see. But nonetheless, it's an interesting iteration, not just like one-to-one copy.
Yeah.
Okay. Continuing forward. So this game, I wasn't able to find gameplay, just the trailer, but I think trailer is enough. And what do we have here?
So I saw Metacore
Yeah.
and its match, but is it the upgraded match, which basically
This is not match. This is merge.
merge? Sorry, merge.
Yeah. So they had previously they had the other Softlaunch game called Merge Plaza, which we covered before. This is called Sugarworks Merge Joy. Literally looks like Candy Crush IP from Wish. Can't help it, really.
With a bit of royal match meta.
Yeah. So the difference again, just by looking at the screen, you can see that it seems it's a level-based merge, or I would think so. Don't know, or some kind of like progression of the board, and then there's royal match kind of kingdom, not even renovating, just building kind of a visual meta. But yeah, let's see. I think Metacore is currently searching very hard for like their next hit game, because they're having like lots of games in soft launch. There's the Grandpa Solitaire thing, there's the Merch Plaza thing, now there's this. I would guess that they're probably also cooking something else. I guess guys from Supercell, or maybe they're trying to be like Supercell, that's gonna push for more iteration on new games to kind of go there, because Merch Mansion isn't definitely in a great spot, because it's getting completely attacked by Microfund, the Chinese guys who took over merch category. But
Why was it against it to manage to take over the merge category? It's just
as pure
it's just in the
manpower
merge, right?
and
Yeah.
pretty much newer and better version of the original games on the market. Like Love and Pies got literally steamrolled over by I don't remember if it's Gossip Harbor or Seaside or the other
Escape.
one. Yeah, I think
No.
Seaside Escape is the Travel Time copy, and Gossip Harbor is the Love and Pies one. But yeah, basically they took the original and make it better, and took them over in the chart. So let's see.
Gaming is brutal, huh?
Yeah, gaming is very brutal in this, like especially if you're competing with Chinese teams. That's how it is. Okay. Yeah, this will be interesting. So, as we know, AI is here.
AI waifu.
AI. This is not AI waifu. Yeah, there's waifus there, but basically, what's happening here? That there is this game called Throne of Roses, and you can guess the developer of this.
I can't. It's army and waifus. I have no idea.
It's Tap for Fun again. The guys behind Top Girl, obviously.
Of course.
This seems just the like real Forex version of Top Girl, where we have our.
It's a bit more hardcore.
Yeah, like basically hardcore, probably less streamlined, more kind of Forexy. We have our usual kind of trick with Forex.
Can we build a tank armory? Why would she ask that?
Yeah. So we have these AI animated characters. You can see this already, that this is done by AI and stuff. Then somewhere here later, there comes the usual trick where our character narrator gets captured. Give up the city or she's dead. That's all that was written on the photo. I regret that I didn't hold her back that day. So it's the usual thing that the narrator character ends up on a bomb or whatever, like pretty much dangerous situation. And then it goes into the usual thing where another character steps in and you just build a town and roll over and blah, 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 blah. I think like 5th or 7th minute, there's the Forex map already. Yeah, here we are. And yeah, that's our usual thing. The kicker here is that this is actually Kiss of War. Because if I look at this is Kiss of War, which is basically the same intro cinematic. And then instead of our AI girl, we have 3D girls that are there. And the YouTube video I'm showing you is 4 years old.
No way.
Yes. So
that looks like Red Alert 2, which is 20 years old.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But what's happening here again is the signature Tap for Fun move, where you took your original game and what you changed there is just the onboarding in order to lower CPI. So now they're putting the Top Girl kind of a skeleton on top of it, basically. Because
Isn't that quite a clever way of game making, though?
of course, because like the only thing that matters in Forex is CPI, and they
Yeah.
are masters of Forex gameplay and like the product part anyway. So the only thing that matters to them is just to lower the CPI. That's what they do. To top it off, here is the other game that they have, because Tab 4 Farm always have two Forexes within very similar onboardings. There's War Hunt Survival, where it literally starts with you killing animals.
That's a good hook.
Yeah. Then the girl kind of tells you something. Then she goes into killing a deer, which she misses, and I guess our narrator misses there. He killed the deer. Then goes the cinematic, as it was there, and then we go into killing Scarlett Johansson.
Wait, why?
Because IP infringement, and we don't care. So yeah, this is quite literally very interesting, and it's exactly the same kind of onboarding except this part. But like once this part goes off, like we're back to city building, the usual
That's the
thing.
same game.
Yeah, exactly. But like again, without the the part where you're shooting arrows at Black Widow. So yeah, it goes on as usual. Our character gets captured somewhere here. I think somewhere here. Yeah, new character comes in, and I think she's like the bad girl. Yeah, there she is. Give up the city or she's dead, as usual.
That looks exactly like the person who was in that James Bond movie. I can't remember. Oh.
Yeah. So again,
Anyway.
another character steps in and help us, and like cycle pretty much continues. So again, every single month or every single quarter, I'm doing this. And by the way, now we're killing Assassin's Creed character with the tomahawk. So every single quarter, when I'm looking at their account, they're doing this Forex onboarding nonsense. It's just so funny. Yeah, but to top it off, they have one other game which is actually unique, and I'm super curious how this one will go. This one is called Shop and Goblins, soft launch January 27th. Both the Throne of Roses and War Hunt for Survival was soft launch February 14 and 26. But Shop and Goblins is super unique because you go into a shop and you're the shopkeeper actually, and people come to your shop and then you need to appraise their items. I thought like, oh, didn't we saw this somewhere, like Match Factory? Is this like 3D Match or something? No. So they took this kind of a physics-based gameplay that looks like 3D Match, but then you are literally going piece by piece equipment on the like in the mess, basically in the chest. It tells you like how much, and it's like I think there's this show on Discovery, like the best I can do meme is from Pound Shop something or whatever. Yeah, so I guess this is it basically, because then the guy says like, oh, let's give you a fair price, like 100,000, and like you say like, oh, 20,000, and like he goes 60,000, and you go then 5,000, and he's like, okay, I'll sell you for 400 or something like that. So
it's like Junkyard Heroes or like one of these like auction shows. Take your pick of whatever it is. Yeah,
exactly. It's like one of these auctions. I always forgot the name, but
yeah, there's so many of them.
Yeah, so this is the core loop where like some people come in and you then sell the thing, and you see here on the top that like you have made your profit because you give him the price, and then like on top of it you pretty much go there. And in the meantime, as you go, there's some rocks and a gold nugget, and then you upgrade your guy, you upgrade your armor, you upgrade blah blah blah, a lot of things, yada usual.
It's basically about earning money.
Yeah, it's about earning money, but the thing that kind of distracted me, and because this is Tab for Fun, was when I got here to this point where you can clearly see the UI there on the bottom, where the UI says Alliance.
I think it's a Forex as well.
Yeah. So that's also my idea that probably this will end up being a Forex also. That's my wild guess. But I don't see the world button, but maybe it will be somewhere there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if this goes somewhere. But it's super unique, definitely. It's super unique, very interesting. And as I said, I've never seen this kind of a gameplay before. So let's see. As I said, this was soft launch January 27th. Okay, now for something more conventional.
Cool.
Here we go. Family farm match. Guess
Is that with a hand grenade?
Yes. I didn't
Jesus.
notice before, but yeah,
Like, how is that okay?
it's a hand grenade in match 3. Even
Colorful hand grenade. I
with-
mean, it looks really good,
with
that
the
hand grenade.
pin.
Instead of a bomb, yeah.
Okay, family farm match with hand grenades. Why?
Who could even make hand grenade family farm match
As
and with a hand grenade? Why is it family with a hand grenade?
guess the developer.
I don't know. Peak? I don't know.
No,
Grand?
no. Century Games.
Oh.
It's again.
Honestly, as soon as you said Century, of course they would put hand grenades in with something called family. Yeah, of course.
So
They really want to break into the match 3
of
category,
course,
huh?
it's one of their latest attempts, and I don't know which one is this, like 7th or 8th one. Anyway, sending regards to heaven. This one is super polished as usual. Like it's literally plays like Royal Match. I can't really speak for
Does it have the meta? The same meta?
Yeah, that's the kicker here. That
The story, yeah?
So actually, let me go here, and it's not renovation of that castle thing, but you are basically building some farm stuff. So if you finish the level, you see you get these things, and then you build a house or whatever or something, and like renovate. See, it's basically Royal Kingdom. Royal Kingdom
Yeah.
uses this system also. Like it's kind of very simple. Like yeah, this is basically Royal Kingdom. It's not renovation; it's just building without the like
Yeah.
broken, desolated part, whatever. But if we scroll forward, this is basically how the game basically looks on level 48, which is Royal Match. Because you see, they already have the events here on the left side. They have the battle pass. They have the reward pass. They have this is properly an offer. It seems that they have everything already. So looks very good.
How do you think this will do? How do you think this will do?
The kicker I was kind of trying to look for is, do they have these, save the king levels? I wasn't able to find them because there's not a video of a level that's like.
Do you think that's the difference? The thing that makes a real difference?
The creatives, they're already using the creatives of Royal Match. Like, the concept of saving the king near that situation, blah, blah, blah. So that's definitely needed anyway. But my question is, if they put something into the core like Royal Match did, like every 10 level is this or that or whatever, something. So that's what I'm really curious if they will have this kind of advantage, because otherwise I don't know. And it's just like going against Royal Match now that they released Royal Kingdom. It's just like you're going against two of those now. So kind of a very. It will be very
CPI bonanza.
Yeah, it's CPI bonanza, uphill battle, definitely. But if there's anyone that can crack it, for sure. Like
I mean, they have the budget, right?
Chinese company with giant budget, definitely. They are within the means to do it, definitely. Okay, moving on. Boat game.
Are we gonna cover this on an episode, standalone episode?
Probably until we get an alpha invite. But it seems that
didn't our correspondent in Tahiti have one of these?
I think so, maybe, don't know. But it seems that the alpha is kind of ongoing. It's not like the usual 3-day weekend test, because it's full of YouTube currently through like influencers and like the usual kind of Supercell influencer army. So just wanted to mention it because this was basically announced last month.
So they're finally doing a normal soft launch.
No, it's not normal. It's invite only. It's invite only.
Okay.
It's not like the usual countries are unlocked, blah, blah, blah. So what I just wanted to briefly cover is that what this is and what it seems this is, and yeah, what we think. So to me, it looks like Sea of Thieves a little bit. Sea of Thieves is this very, very popular PC pirate game from Microsoft that's basically like a more complex version of this, where you go on islands, you fight enemies, you pick up treasure, and then you go on boats, you fight enemies to get on islands to pick up treasure, like here.
Imagine if Ubisoft would have fought like this, like with that like color. Oh, it would have been so good.
Yeah, so as you see here, you have either land combat or sea combat. You can even swim, so go around the place. What you need to do is you go on one of these islands where search area for dig spot, where you literally need to find like the X marks the spot is here. Then you dig out the treasure, and then you bring the treasure chest into your boat. And then once you do it, you sail off into the horizon, as done here, which is the goal objective. Leave the map, and then you get the treasure in your kind of a hideout cave or something like that, if I understand correctly. Like this is basically the main menu. It's like something.
Is it PvP or is it
PvE, PvP, both.
Oh, okay.
Both actually. So, yeah, seems very interesting. Reminds me a lot actually. This is close to their Moko game, if you remember.
Yeah.
The RPG where again you have the central hub from which you go on missions, taking loot, blah blah blah.
The VCR store.
That's no. VCR store is different anyway. We don't know bear yet. Yeah, there's double inventory, one for the gear for the land combat, one for the boat for the sea combat, and there's brain, and brain is basically a skill tree. I don't know if the video. Yeah, here it is. So there's like massive
shitload of skills.
Yeah, massive skill tree, similar to something like Path of Exile, I guess. The not green points are the ones that are just stat holders, and then the other ones are the ones with special abilities. For instance, here you can see the combat of a player. So he switched into like PvP mode because suddenly he became red. There's like a alert baddie nearby, and then the guy gets killed, I guess, because he didn't catch this. But yeah, it seems that it's both PvP, PvE. It's not Battle Royale as I thought. It's a little bit different. But let's see. It seems super interesting, but also it seems super core because there's so many abilities and so many things, and they're still on 2 joysticks, basically. So, yeah.
How much do you think a game like this costs before they put it in alpha?
A lot.
To make?
A lot.
Right.
A lot.
Because it looks really good already.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's like fully 3D, full like everything's new art, you know. I don't know. Depends on like, as I told
would you play this? Or are we not the target audience?
Oh, I would be definitely the target audience, like for sure. For sure. Like it's RPG based looter basically. So I'm definitely the target audience. But what I meant to say that because Supercell acquired Phantom Labs, the studio that makes the Rifters game, which is again similar to Moko, which and this is like the 3rd or 4th game, which is kind of this kind of RPG light style thing. So my guess is that there's a little bit of reuse of technology, so it's not that expensive. That's starting from the ground, because I think they're just literally following a direction that they want to.
Was that gun called the Problem Solver?
Yeah,
the RPG.
Yeah, Problem Solver.
That's great.
See, the Negotiator.
Oh, I love it.
Double-barreled shotgun.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah, it's the usual quirky humor of Supercell. So I guess that's just But yeah, we'll definitely, once we get our hands on this, or Mr. Tahiti guy returns, we'll get a full review on this for sure.
It looks quite good, man. Like,
yeah.
I really like the artwork. Like, well, I say that with every Supercell game. Like, you cannot not like it.
Yeah, of course. It's just like
Flood Rush. I still think that artwork was the prettiest. So sad they killed
Flood
that.
Rush was so good. I also missed that, to be honest. I would rather Flood Rush.
I don't wonder why they killed it.
Probably too similar to Squadbusters, I would guess. But yeah, let's see.
But Squadbusters is still not dead, no?
Squadbusters is definitely not dead, but it's not scaling up or even kind of keeping up. Okay, moving on. Grow a Monster.
Grow a monster.
So where do we seen this? Do you see the game?
Oh, it's Alien Invasion.
There you go.
Yeah.
Somebody's
It
paying
took me a
attention.
while. It took me a while. I was like, I've never seen this, but I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so there's this game called Grow a Monster. This is actually from studio Hype, which is the former Frogmine guys. They had their UGC engine on, which is Hype, literally. And it seems they finally released a game of their own, which seems to be this kind of a first/third person alien invasion, if I understand correctly. It looks like it's built in their UGC engine, because last time as I was looking at it, the art and everything looks like it. So
Is this mass marketable though?
yeah, that's the question. I don't know. This was soft launch February 22nd. And yeah, I'm kind of let's say because the UGC content in the Hyper engine always looks like it has this prototype-ish like production budget quality, and this is definitely within that same like ballpark. So I guess it will looks like this always, but I don't know.
I don't see any difficulty here. That's the thing, right?
There was
Like Alien Invasion gets really hard.
Later, of course, later it gets really hard. But like, yeah, my guess is that this seems more of like advertisement for the UGC tool.
Yeah.
That like it's possible to create games within it. That would be my guess. Not really like we're aiming to make this into a sustainable business as a game. But
Fair.
But yeah, let's see. Oh, that's my guess because I don't think so. This is going anywhere. Okay, moving on. Cube Masters.
Whoa.
So guess what?
Is this Peak?
Nope.
Then I don't know who.
It's Turkish, but it's not Peak.
Yeah, it's Turkish, but yeah.
Looks like a Turkish puzzler. Do you see already?
Yeah, it does
from
look,
the
but it has,
distance?
but you can see the Scandinavian artwork. Like, if you're seeing a Rovio game or Supercell game, likewise, you can see if the Turks are making it work, Just like you can see it's a Vietnamese game with so many interstitial ads.
Yeah, so this is called Cube Masters. This was soft launch February 7th. And as you can already see, it's an iteration on single-player level-based version of Block Blast. And the studio behind this is Spike Games.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I guess Rina is at it again, sending regards. I think this is quite interesting because if I understood correctly, after their first failed game, the Casino one and Spy Games, they hop on like a lot of games that were currently trending during that period, which went, I think, pretty well with Busters, but didn't sustain. Then there was some other game basically, or like there was the match game that I guess also didn't make it. Now they're jumping on the Block Blast trend, which, by the way, a lot of people are jumping. And I'm already working with like one client that is already doing like this.
I mean, the thing is, like, when you're about to overtake the most successful game in mobile history in terms of active user base, that's something people take notice of. Like, they are maybe, I was looking at the numbers today, they are maybe 2 or 3 weeks out of taking over, like, Subway Surfers.
Yeah. So Block Blast is definitely making waves, and you can see it even here. Like, this gameplay is now being kind of thrown around a lot, and just because of that image, and I guess we'll get to it once more, where we can already see our usual Royal Match meta or Magic Sword or however. But yeah, the icons basically in the bottom tells you way. This one on the right is probably collective album. So it seems that just using Royal Match meta with the Block Blast level-based core gameplay. So that's there. It's a good proposition. Like, if you can make it and be fast enough, you can still do it. But yeah, we'll see. It will be a tough fight. I'll definitely have some more on this later in this episode. Okay, moving on. Match details.
Harry Potter?
seems Harry Potter from Wish.
Mm.
So this is, again, as you can say, is what?
Man, I was just gonna say, man, this is exactly what the world needs, another match 3 game.
You mean another copy of Royal Match?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so it has this very unique Harry Potter-like-ish IP, which is not Harry
And a little bit
Potter.
of Spyro there. Did you see Spyro up in the corner?
Yeah, he holds a dragon egg. So
Yeah, Dragon Egg, which is
so I guess there are dragons or something. There are no hand grenades.
Who is this?
In the core? Guess.
I don't operate in this space. They always advertise how they don't have ads, so I usually don't get hired.
Okay, this is my game.
Oh, okay.
This was soft launch February 12th. And again, seems your typical kind of Royal Match follow-up with this Harry Potterish vibe. I wasn't able to see what's the like in between meta, because it seems that there's just like the image gets fuller or something like that. Yeah, the image gets unhidden or like populated, because you see there's less stuff in it. Yeah. And then that's the usual. It's like the low-cost version of something you just saw that Century Games use on their family grenade farm. So yeah, it's just a little bit of less production budget version of Royal Match stuff. But yeah, to be honest, I don't really think this is a good strategy now. Like,
it's too late.
Yeah, I think it's too late, and you don't have like a strong enough USP to even differentiate between all the clones. So
yeah,
that's there. Okay,
it's tough, huh? Because it takes time to build it, and it's
super tough. It's super tough, and keep in mind that all these things that you build is still like not even the main thing. The main thing is the level design and the difficulty adjustment, and being able to like tinker with the levels and all these funnels and so many KPIs. Like, yeah, it's a nightmare.
So basically, the kind of theme so far is match 3 and 4x.
We'll get there. Just wait a second. Okay. Moving on. XP Hero. So guess.
Is it Say Games?
Looks like Say Games. Why?
Because of the mechanic, like My Perfect Hotel. Insert all the other games they made.
The other game.
Yeah, I can't remember the first one. What the name is right now. Dreamdale. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually seems to be a combination of something like Dreamdale, which is the arcade idol, and then Alien Invasion. Why Alien Invasion? Because the guy has a cargo capacity, as you see there. And as he goes around and like collects stuff and then upgrades his inventory and stuff like that, this is basically taken from Alien Invasion. So it's a little bit of both, where you are, killing monsters and getting your cargo full, which you need to then bring back to your base. This is the Alien Invasion mechanic, but it's all done within the Dreamdale kind of, we're building our base and doing stuff around it, kind of a building stuff and economy. I think somewhere here later. Yeah, you see he gets like rocks now. Now we have the wood thing and like all these other kind of resources and stuff like that. So it's like a mix of Alien Invasion and Dreamdale, which is great.
So who does this game? Who's doing this game?
It's actually done by Supercell, our friends from Korea.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. And you see the difference between the Alien Invasion iteration that we just saw with Grow Monster from Hype.
Yeah.
So the production quality is just like, yeah, it's just giant. But
this looks really good.
Yeah, this looks really good. Like from.
And it's new. I think this is going to do really well. Like Thor's hammer hanging there. Like
yeah. Like the best games are yet to come on this episode. Let me just say that. But this is like one of them.
This is the best one so far, I think. This
is very good. Like, I think the idea and the combination is very good, because Alien Invasion still wasn't utilized. The core wasn't utilized that much. There's just Alien Invasion and like few follow-ups, but not like significantly big game. Dreamdale itself was a great game, but it wasn't able to sustain it. And I think adding Alien Invasion progression on top of it could help it a lot. because Dreamdale, I think, suffers mostly on the thing that the economy just get too complex and like too kind of, need to do this and do that. Here you have like the merge gacha thing, and yeah, this is just.
I don't see any ads though, which is very unlike Supercell.
Yeah, I would guess that this is something that they're trying to drive more towards like 50-50. But there would definitely be ads here. The game's designed to can take on ads. It's just a matter of time, probably. But yeah, I'm super interested how this one will go. I'm really liking it already. Just by like so much
there's something
progression.
about it. There's something about it.
Yeah, and the art style's great. So
Yeah.
well, let's see. Okay, moving on. Hero roguelike RPG.
Oh, this looks so boring.
This is not so boring, man. This is amazing,
man.
actually.
I'm sure, but like nothing to like. It's just so not up my target audience.
Yeah.
I'm not the target audience.
So we were actually shown this game in Seoul. This is from 1100%, and this is a game that is a Monopoly Go like RPG.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it has the similar. It's actually very close to something like Capybara Go, because the difference between this and Capybara Go, that in Capybara Go the character just going forward and there's like random rolls in between. Here it doesn't go forward; it goes on the Monopoly board, and there are random rolls where he can ends up here. And on top of it, there's the roguelite character getting stronger, selecting skill, stuff like that. I think the problem for this game is the art style, because it's this very heavy niche, like you said, like not my cup of tea immediately, even though progression wise and probably systems wise it's quite close to the XP hero that I just showed you, but the art style there was just much more attractive to you. So yeah, I guess this could be a problem. But if this is more aimed towards kind of Korea, Asia, maybe it's not, because these guys really like European dark fantasy theme, which is basically this. So we'll see. But seems very interesting, and I guess it's one of the predictions that's coming to light, which I said that more and more games will be using this Monopoly like random kind of system visualization to kind of move forward, because it's just people like randomness, and it's streamlining the game very easily, because you don't need to choose, like it's being chosen for you by the difficulty by the chance based system. So that's there. This was soft launch February 20th, and again it's called Hero Roguelike RPG. For those who don't know, by the way, Supercell is a subsidiary of 1100%. So
Supercell is?
Yes. Those two companies are tied together. Like Supercell is the heavy ad-based one, and 1100%, all the Lucky Defenses and tower defense games, heavy IP ones. Yep.
You know what? I was going to say I didn't know that, but now I just remembered I did know that, but I just didn't remember it.
I think you even read
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this is actually the top game that I'm looking for.
This is in soft launch now. You sure about that?
Yes, this is actually global launched, Asia launched. It's already making something like 70 to 80K a day. It's that usual kind of, we first global launch in Asia, and then we'll grow out to the rest of the world. So
we played this at China Joy last year. You remember that?
We were
right?
shown this, yeah. Because this is like one of those most popular WeChat games. We actually had this in last quarter Sonar, but it was still not translated into English. Now it's translated into English. I don't know what's happening, because Sensor Tower or Data AI, I don't remember which one, keeps saying that this was released October 26th. But my guess is this was just done in February, because I would just know about it. I was literally at Joined's account, and it wasn't there in this English translation. But yeah, here we are. We finally will be able to play this game, and I'm really looking forward to it. For those who don't know, this is one of the top games in China regarding WeChat platform, even regarding normal kind of mobile platforms. It's a arcade idle 4X RPG basically, and it's making waves pretty much. I don't think so. It will be probably that successful in the West, but I guess it will capture the audience anyway. But it's super successful in China, definitely. And the name is Go Semkok. I don't know how they ended up.
They'll probably end up changing the name, I think, for the Western audience. No,
maybe. And this is the Western audience name already. This is how it's named. I don't know. Like the Google Translate put there last time I was translating the Chinese name Fingertip Warriors, which I got told that it's kind of pretty accurate, but I don't know. Like I'm really looking forward to kind of play this because this is literally like the game you saw, Dreamdale one with like the arcade. Like there we go. Like so nice. And then somewhere here later, I don't know if we will have the image here. There's the usual 4x map, and it goes into heavy 4x. So that's there. But yeah, this looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait once we're able to play that and do a review of it. Okay. Last game on the list.
this is an Angry Birds Block Blast.
Angry Birds Block Quest, which is an Angry Birds block game. So yeah, as you expect, Angry Birds
Will the IP be helpful here?
I think they use their IP everywhere like ketchup.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like it's all over the place. This game is actually dead, or it was taken down from the store. So I just put it here as some kind of a wild card because I wanted to show that there are many companies going after the Block Blast. Hungry Games core gameplay because everybody see how profitable it is and how big it is. This game actually, by the way, once you see this is a little bit of controversy, but this game actually, I don't know if it's specifically this one, probably also this one. This game got criticized because it uses AI art.
But why criticized?
Because gamers hate AI art.
Wait, criticized like what? Like a review?
No, on the internet. And I think also review-wise, then like review bombed basically.
It is not real. Like if you get critique there, it's like cry me a river.
It's not real.
Cry me a river.
Yeah, I know. Just saying, it's like a nice tidbit. But still, the thing is that it's basically a single-player based version of Block Blast, which I guess didn't make it, or they took it down and maybe they'll do another kind of version of it. I don't know. It's said.
I like that mechanic with firing on the Angry Bird on top of the board. That actually looked quite fun.
Yeah. Like I guess there's some iteration in it. They didn't really went too deep into it. What I wanted to mention here is that pretty much just by surface level look, you can see multiple companies going after this core gameplay in a single player fashion. So and we of course already saw that there's Wudoku Blast from Triple Dot, which is kind of the legacy game trying to get its ground back. But yeah, there seems to be some kind of different mechanic here with shooting the birds. It's not that the usual kind of block blasty thing. But yeah, let's see. I wonder if they kind of bring it back or not. But yeah, that was that. Anyway, that was
it's hard competing against like 200 data scientists just doing levels, making it easier and harder based on your user input. Forever. Like it's just
yeah, that was it. Lot of interesting games. I'm definitely picking up later the Go Semkok, the Joined Games Arcade Idol 4X, and the XP Hero. We definitely kind of keep that one up. And yeah, lots of, I guess, interesting games that could be kind of either prominent games or prominent failures. We'll see.
Man, well done, man. That was really good. There's a couple on there I'm really going to look forward to play. Bokim looks quite good. Our friends at Supercell also probably will make a boatload of money on that game. It looked really good. Thank you for putting that together.
Yeah.
For those of you joining us and who are right now in Tahiti, Mathieu is in San Francisco. So if you're in Tahiti, you're shit out of luck because he's at GDC. And if you're at GDC, we are hosting some events. don't know what, but it is something you can take part in.
I think there's one on Monday or Tuesday, but I guess when you're listening to this, it's already over.
It's already over. So don't worry about it. We had a great event, and thank you so much for listening. This is the world's biggest podcast for mobile game makers and game lovers. And we enjoyed having you on the podcast, and we're going to see you next time.
Yeah. Join the Slack channel, leave feedback, and looking forward to next time. Ciao.
Bye-bye.